So Joe Biden has admitted something by accident here that I think is pretty telling. He did it in a speech while talking about the economy in Baltimore. Take a look.
China's outspending us on research and development. China is outspending how these other countries are as well. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create good-paying union jobs. Union, not good job, not $12 an hour, not $15 an hour, $45 an hour and up with good benefits. So you can raise a family on and build the middle class out. And jobs that cannot be outsourced. You can't outsource these jobs.
So he defines good paying jobs as not $12 an hour, not $15 an hour, but $45 an hour. Which begs the question, do you think all Americans deserve good paying jobs? Or do you think that some just don't deserve good paying jobs? Because look, they set as the aspirational goal $15 an hour, and they couldn't even achieve that. That says a lot about the way the economy works, doesn't it? It's almost this admission that, like, sure, we have massive exploitation of our labor force. That's not a good thing. Now, what would be a solution, by the way? Because it's easy to talk about it, but the real answer would be something like the PRO Act, which has the support of every Democratic senator except one, Kyrsten Sinema. But, of course, they wouldn't even try to get that through reconciliation. But in theory, could he do that and then put a shitload of pressure on Kyrsten Sinema to try to force her to be in favor of it and use leverage over her? They could try, but he's not going to try. And my other question for Biden is, how are you going to do this? You couldn't even get the $15 minimum wage passed. So how are you going to create the $45 an hour jobs that are union jobs? I'm asking. I don't know. I'm asking you. So it's frustrating in many ways because he's saying $12 an hour, $15 an hour isn't a good paying job. They couldn't even get the $15 an hour thing done. They can't get the PRO Act done, which means they can't get union jobs across the country. So it's almost like this massive admission that our economy is just incredibly exploitative and so many people just don't have good paying jobs. So are they just doomed and destined to that forever? Is that the way it's supposed to work? Is that the way it should work? Isn't there anything that can be done about that? In a lot of, or not in a lot of, but in some Nordic countries, they basically have universal collective bargaining. And that means that almost everybody's in a union. And so they don't even have minimum wage protections there. They don't even have minimum wage protections because it's, you don't need it. When you have everybody's in a union, the wages that people end up getting paid are actually higher than what any minimum wage floor would set. And so, you know, me personally, I think we should have both. I think we should have $15 minimum wage, and I think we should have unionization on top of that. And it's not a coincidence, guys, that when unionization rates in the U.S. were the highest, the working class was doing the best. It was actually called the golden age of economic expansion. Now, another reason for that was because we were the only game in town because Europe was destroyed because of World War II. So that has a lot to do with it as well. But there is also a direct correlation between high unionization rates and health of the middle class and the working class. And so we got to get back to that. But instead, we have a politician who delivers on nothing, and now he's just giving a speech talking about it. What exactly are you going to do to get that done? You're going to sign an executive order to get that done? First of all, I don't think you can do something like that through executive order. Second of all, even if he could, he wouldn't. Because he's not doing the marijuana executive order. He's not doing the student loan debt elimination executive order. So what are you talking about? And this is this new era of politician where it is literally just all talk. And they might even say the right things some percentage of the time, but then they don't deliver. And so it's frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating. This was in the same speech, by the way, that he said, you know, sure, my stimulus check is one of the reasons why we have inflation. No, it's not, Joe. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with that at all. Nothing at all. It has to do with the supply chain. Thank you for giving your opponents fresh ammunition and agreeing with their framing of things. But that's apparently how it works to Joe Biden. So quite an admission there that $12 an hour, $15 an hour, that's not good enough. And he says he's going to fix that. But my guess is, like everything else, he ain't going to get it done. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.